Alex Pereira and Glover Teixeira fired back at Khamzat Chimaev. Earlier this week, Khamzat said he'd fight both of them at the same time. Glover says if Khamzat messes with him in a lobby of a hotel, he'd snatch his life, and Alex challenges Khamzat to a grappling match.
Could you beat Pereira? Of course, brother. I could beat him with his coach. What is his name? Teixeira, yes. With Teixeira together, brother.
What's up, coach? You training for Chimaev?
Pô, Chimaev, you gotta fight Poatan, bro. You know, he's like, first of all, he needs to get there. We need Jon Jones. We want Jon Jones. Big name. But Chimaev fights that guy there. If he fights that guy, I'll bet my house on it. I'm retired, Chimaev, but I'm around. You mess with me in the lobby of the hotel, anywhere you see me. You mess with me, I snatch the life right out of you, man. This is the guy.
É o que tá pegando aí?
Não, Chimaev.
Ah, porra, velho. Pô, é pra Chimaev, velho. Pô, esse cara, pô, fala que não tá comigo. Pô, tem que chegar, entendeu? Pô, não tô... Tá longe, velho. Tá longe. Mas eu posso, né, fazer um desafio aí, lutar na área dele, se ele quiser. Pô, já sou, já. Vamos lutar na sua área, então. Pô, vamos lutar no grappling, então. Pô, e outra. A gente pode lutar no UFC, tá passando, tem um evento do UFC, né? Agora, né, o jiu-jitsu. Tá. Pô, vamos fazer isso aí, então. Vamos fazer acontecer. E outra. Eu nem sei quanto que eu vou ganhar, mas é uma grana boa, né? Pô, tá ligado? Quem sou eu, né? Uma grana boa. E essa grana vai ser doada 100% pra caridade. Tá bom pra você? Chama.
Aí eu falei que ia postar na casa no MMA, mas essa praga é doida, quer lutar no grappling. Porra, vambora então. Vambora.
Chama.
Khamzat fired back by posting a photo of Glover getting punched in the face by Alexander Gustafsson. He added the wrong Glover and said, "Uncle, you need rehabilitation," with laughing crying emojis. He followed up with a fight poster with him and Alex. It says, "Let's go, easy money." Carlos Prates believes fans wrote him off after his unanimous decision loss to Ian Garry. He says he thinks Leon Edwards is mentally weak and plans to knock him out this weekend. Prates believes a win over Leon will establish him as a title contender in the welterweight division.
I didn't thought about the finish, but I thought about to get the win because I was coming from one lose. And I was like, I was on the hype, and a lot of people say, Carlos is done because he's just party and drink, so he lost his fight, so he cannot fight well anymore. And then I was really worried about to show the people's like I'm still on the game. I think it's really important, you know, the first time I'm gonna fight against the former champ. It's gonna be really interesting. I train so much. Sometimes I train 3 times per day to fight Leon because I'm sure like if I knock him out on the good way like I did on my last fight, I'm gonna be the next contender for the title. A lot of people say about the ranking and things like that, but I agree also. I have some guys better than me on the rank, but you know, it's entertainment. People pay ticket, people pay pay-per-view to see the kind of entertainment I bring to the octagon. Blood, violence, people's getting knocked out. They don't pay to see people trying to hug somebody for 25 minutes, you know. So I think I'm gonna knock him out, and maybe 30 minutes after I'm gonna back on the cage and talk with the champ. I think first broken his body and then his mind. Everybody knows his mind is like weak, and sometimes he give up. Like he not give up like, okay, I don't wanna fight anymore, but he stopped to think about winning. Sometimes he just start to think about to survive.
Leon Edwards has responded to Carlos Prates. He believes he's in for a rude awakening this weekend. Speaking to media, Leon said he's alright. I think skills for skills, I'm the better fighter, the better athlete. I'll go out and remind him who I am. The first time he moved up was Ian, and Ian beat him. His last fight, I don't know what Jeff Neal was doing. He was walking high guard, flat-footed, walking in just like that. It was there to be. He was still having success. I think he's in for a rude awakening Saturday night. Islam Makhachev, Jack Della Maddalena, and Carlos Prates test their grip strength ahead of UFC 322.
Wow. Cejudo, that's nice.
He's good.
Like he's not more interested. What about Tamascana? Won't say that?
Ali Abdelaziz thought Islam broke Khalil Roundtree's record. On X, he wrote, Islam just broke Khalil Roundtree's ESPN grip strength record. The previous record was 157, the new record is now 161. So Ali was not right about this, and Khalil actually scored 166.2 pounds.
$166.2.
Ali followed up saying, my bad, Khalil's record was 166.2, but this is still impressive for a lightweight. Dana White was on the receiving end of the mumbling prank at the most recent Power Slap event.
30 seconds?
What do you got? Oh, interview. You work here?
Yes.
Right. Go ahead. What do you got?
We're halfway into Power Slap 17 in Saudi Arabia. How has the energy been so far?
Yeah, it's been good so far. They had the soccer game was across the street, and traffic was a nightmare. Yeah.
But so they're all coming up. They essentially got like Power Slap 17.
In here now for the main card.
And as they're ready and they come back, is that especially like all people like you come forward?
What's that?
Like, is that like all especially like Riyadh season? You're like, you're not.
I can't hear you.
Like, is that like especially? Is that like for like data? Like, is that like especially like you would see that?
It's 3 rounds.
Why can't I hear you? What's the question?
Just like right around, they just like push mirror.
Pushman?
Push mirror.
Yeah. What about him?
Like, how many is that like? You're like they see like really like come forward.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like, we're just bumbling you. Thank you.
Despite losing to Islam Makhachev twice, and even helping Jack Della Maddalena prepare to face him this weekend, Alexander Volkanovski says he has a lot of respect for Islam and hopes to train with him one day.
But me and Islam, we're obviously good. He's a good dude. Even though I was obviously helping Jack Della Maddalena. Jack's my guy. He's been in my camp a few times. Aussie, obviously I'm going to help him. Got a lot of respect for Islam. Great dude. Would love to train with him eventually. But right now, Aussie, right?
Max Holloway believes Jack Della Maddalena may TKO Islam in the 3rd round.
Call me crazy, but I'm running with Jack on this one. I think the very first 2 rounds is going to be super competitive, and we're gonna see how the fight is going to play out. I think Jack's takedown defense, his anti-wrestling is going to be huge. He's going to show huge here. I think he's going to defend a bunch of takedowns. I think he's going to get Islam tired. I think the size is going to put that he's going to put on Islam is going to be a little bit too much. And then again, look, I know Islam probably trains with big dudes. Khabib was always a big dude, so he might be used to the weight. But a lot of people keep saying that Islam doesn't get tired, but in fights you can see it. He just wasn't as tired as the other guy next to him was. But at the end of the day, back to what I was saying, I think Jack goes up there, anti-wrestles. Islam gets a little bit tired. In my mind, I see this way playing out. Jack getting him tired, getting his hand raised. Maybe, I think 3rd round TKO leaning toward Jack. Only because, man, Jack can just ping you. I don't know. His accuracy is unreal. He just keeps pinging you. He keeps hitting you and hitting you and hitting you. So
Jon Jones released his own promo video for the UFC White House card.
In the summer of 2026, America turns 250 years old, and I couldn't be more proud to call myself an American. I love this country, the people, the promise, the fight. This nation was built on courage, conflict, on belief that we could take on the biggest, the boldest, and come out victorious. That's how I've lived my life. I can't help but think, what a better way to celebrate America's fight than for its best fighter to put it on full display. To remind the world who we are, not just a country of words, but of warriors. Maybe somewhere iconic, or maybe on a certain someone's lawn. All I know is I'm fueled up, fired up, and ready. God bless the United States of America, and God bless the fighters who carry its spirit.
Valentina Shevchenko says she is not expecting an easy fight against Zhang Weili this weekend.
I know for sure I'm ready for the war.
I know it's not good. I'm not expecting any easy fight. It's not gonna be. I know like all the holes what I will use of like with what I will see from Weili, and I will use to secure my victory. I know them, all of them, but it doesn't guarantee, doesn't mean it's gonna be very easy. No, and I'm ready for this battle. I'm ready for this challenge, and I know my strengths, I know my power. I'm very confident, and I will leave all my heart inside of the octagon.
Joe Rogan has responded to Ronda Rousey's recent remarks. Ronda said that Joe isn't an MMA fighter and is simply a fan with an audience. Joe kept his response respectful, praising Ronda for everything she's accomplished in MMA and saying she'll always be one of the pioneers of women's fighting.
He wouldn't know. He's not an expert. He's a fan with an audience. Never fought.
He fought Taekwondo, right?
Never fought. That's not fighting.
She's a legend. I mean, I got nothing but love and respect for that lady. What she did was so impressive. She was the first legitimate female superstar. She made the UFC female division possible. If it wasn't for her, Dana was very open about never having female UFC fighters. It took someone that was that dynamic, that was that special, to open his eyes and go, you know what? I think this lady's a star. And to be the type, like when she said like I wasn't an expert, everyone's entitled to their opinion, you know, but you got to understand why she thinks like that, because she has a champion mentality. You never fought, you ain't, you know, it's like, it's real simple.
That's why the football guys always do that. You didn't play? You're like, I studied the sport.
Doesn't matter, you ain't. I get it.
Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo had a disagreement on the Pound for Pound podcast. Usman said that if Islam Makhachev wins, he'll tie the record for the longest win streak in UFC history, adding that Islam has more to gain in this fight than Jack Della Maddalena. However, Henry disagreed, saying JDM has more to gain because he'd be defeating someone from Khabib and his father's lineage.
Islam win, Islam now ties the longest win streak in UFC history. Islam has more to gain here because he wins. He just bested the weight class above him. JDM wins. Of course, you have those casual fans out there that are going to go, oh, he's bigger anyways. Oh, he should have won. He should have done this. He should have done that. He fought a smaller guy. The same way people kind of ridiculed Islam for beating Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah.
So now he wins. People might feel that.
But it's different, Kamaru. Can I tell you why it's different? Can I tell you why I disagree with you? Is because of the lineage of Khabib Nurmagomedov and, you know, and his father.
Why are we bringing in Khabib Nurmagomedov? This is not Khabib fighting. This is Islam Makhachev. We got to talk about Islam and not Khabib. This has nothing to do with Khabib. This has everything to do with Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev has written his own history. Islam Makhachev, from the young man that was finished by the young man that took the loss to, I believe his name is Martins, the Brazilian, to the point where Islam is now.
Bo Nickal says he's using his recent TKO loss to Reinier De Ridder as motivation for his upcoming fight against Rodolfo Vieira this weekend.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, you of course go through, you know, frustration and, you know, a little bit of embarrassment. And I think that, you know, when I was younger and I'd lose, I'd get very depressed and feel like, you know, my life was over and, you know, everything was riding on this one moment. But as you get older, you learn that it's really not the way things work. And so, you know, I feel like I was able to refocus quickly and really just use that as motivation.
Ariel Helwani has responded to Dana White's recent comments claiming that money ruins everything in MMA. Dana used Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov as examples, saying once fighters make a large sum of money, their motivation fades. Ariel called Dana out for being hypocritical, pointing out that he's also profited heavily from those same fighters and is worth hundreds of millions of dollars himself. Ariel posted this video on X and wrote the disrespect.
To say that Khabib retired because he got rich, I think is very insensitive.
Money ruins everything. Once you get too much money involved in the fight business, if you look at Conor made so much money and then that was it.
and then Khabib made a load of money, and then that's it.
Khabib has told us multiple times why he retired. I don't think it's because he got rich. I think it's because his father passed away and he made a promise to his mother that he would stop fighting as a result. Conor McGregor fought multiple times. He fought Khabib, he fought Donald Cerrone, he fought Dustin Poirier twice, he was supposed to fight Michael Chandler. He didn't retire after that fight. To suggest that the money is ruining these guys when you are a guy who has profited off of that money is not something that I just want to ignore. I'm sorry. The fighters are getting paid what they are due, and more often than not, they're not. And so here's a very, very rich man worth hundreds of millions of dollars who would never say that money ruined everything for him or anything for him. I would say that he has enjoyed a pretty good life. Yeah, that's a little rich. That's hypocritical.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Kamaru Usman saying he wants to fight the winner of Islam versus JDM. The first one's from Kings of Truth 425. It says Kamaru acting like he gets the next title shot is hilarious. The second one's from John O. Harper. It says Kamaru still suffering the effects of Leon's head kick. And the final one's from Dankest MMA. It says Kamaru just forgetting Volk and Islam fought not once but twice and were 1 and 2 both times. In quotes, never had 2 pound-for-pound fighters go at it. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.